You know, before I get into the meat of this video, here's a few things that I need to say up front that will, of course, serve as the intro to this masterpiece. And of course, you have seen the title. Now, last week, I had a conversation with the most honorable Equasi 100, the brother of logic and common sense. And during our conversation, we discussed this ongoing, I guess you call it beef, hubbub, dust up with these black female content creators on y'all's Negro sector of YouTube. And Equasi informed me that he was indeed had a video that he was preparing to drop dealing with that subject matter. And I informed the brother, listen, I may have to piggyback off your video. I may want to get a piece of that. So we agreed to do a collaboration, if you will, part one to part two. Now, I don't think he has since produced his part one, but as soon as he posts his part one, I'm going to come behind him with my part two. And I'm kind of glad that he didn't produce that, because that gives me an opportunity to address what I'm going to address in this video here. And many of you have probably already seen the video footage. I believe it's making its rounds on social media. This video footage of this sister who's shedding tears over this white dude. Someone sent me an email, I believe it was yesterday or Friday, well, you had Friday, yesterday is Friday. I'm thinking today is Sunday. Someone sent me an email Friday, and Tariq Nasheed had posted it on his timeline. But even before Tariq Nasheed posted it, someone earlier in the week sent me that video clip. And I'm going to address that in this politically correct rant. Oh, boy. And this, speaking of which, this is the brother of logic and common sense calling me on my, my Apple Watch. Hey, brother. Hey, hold on, brother. I'm recording a video right now.
Shit, my mistake, man.
Right. Matter of fact, you gonna be on the video because I'm recording it right now.
Alright, that's what's up, man. I'm just letting you know I got finished putting mine together. I actually stepped away from the house for a minute, but I got it. It's not uploaded, but it's being processed, I guess you could say, on my laptop.
Okay.
So I'll probably have that up tomorrow. What time is it now? Let's say between now and maybe 4.
Okay.
I should have it up. I'm still trying to come up with a title, but let's see what I'm gonna do about that.
Okay. Hey, as soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna hit you back.
All right, man.
All
Sorry
right.
to interrupt you.
All right. That's all right.
All right, man.
All right. Later.
Do your thing. Later.
Now, what was my point, y'all? I'm sitting there and I'm trying to record this video, and if you follow me, you know I don't like carrying no phone with me. It just having that phone with me, it bothers me. So what I did is I got an Apple Watch, and I sync my iPhone with the watch so that when I'm away from home, everything every call, every text, every email that my phone gets, I get on the watch. And that's easier for me because I don't like carrying no goddamn phone with me. But be that as it may, let's get back to this video, man. What was I saying? I was telling y'all that I was waiting on him to produce his video. As soon as he produces his, and I will do his part 2. But I'm gonna deal with this sister here and that video the video footage of her crying over this white dude. But let me say this before we get into that, because I'm trying to refocus now. Matter of fact, let me take a sip of this so I can refocus. All right. All right, let's get back into this. Let me say this before I get into that, sister. I've told y'all in many of my videos that I don't care if y'all disagree with me. I don't care if whatever I say in a video moves you, you're disturbed by it, you're offended by it. It makes me no difference. It means nothing to me. Let me put it to you this way, and this is the reason why you don't see me fussing with niggas on the internet. See, you have to understand the social media footprint. Whenever you have a heinous act, some mass shooting, let's say a person shoots up a school, the first thing those investigators are going to want to do is they're going to want to look at that person's social media footprint. What did they post on Facebook? Did they produce any videos on YouTube, Instagram? Because they want to see if the person dropped any hints, or did he give any warning signs, or if he had somebody who worked with him. And the reason why they look at that social media footprint is because the social media footprint don't lie. It is what it is. So when you look at my social media footprint, what you're going to see, whether you like it or not, is you're going to see me defending black men. And the black men that I defend, some of them I don't even agree with. But because Brother Malcolm, as he tried to teach us, when he talked about uniting on what you have in common, what do I have in common with all these men? We're all black men. We're all under the same gun. That's what we unite on. So our differences, we put those in the closet. We can deal with those later. So I defend these brothers simply because they're black men. You see me defending a Tommy. You see me defend a Minister Japp. You see me defending a Kevin Samuels. You see me defending Tariq Nasheed. All black men. And whatever dust-ups those brothers may have, because I don't need them for YouTube content, I don't have to put that in no video. I don't need Kevin Samuels for content, so I ain't got to put in no video what I think about Kevin Samuels. If I ever met the dude and we ever had a conversation, I would tell him what I agree with, what I disagree with. Likewise, Tariq Nasheed, Minister Japp, Tommy, any of those guys. If I had a conversation with them, it's at that point I would discuss what I like, what I don't like, what I agree with, what I disagree with, and that's it. I ain't got to put that in no video because I don't need YouTube content. I don't need them for YouTube content. Just like Polite, I'm not doing no video on that coon. I didn't need this latest dust up that he's in to be able to label him as a coon. He's still a coon. And listen, if he is innocent, and I hope he is, I hope for his sake he is innocent, and it comes out that he didn't do what they're accusing him of, he's still a coon to me. So I don't have to sit here and waste no time, dealing with their indiscretions when they come under attack and they attack them as black men. I will defend them. If Creflo Dollar had said that about any YouTuber, it don't make no difference who they are. If he had said that about anybody, I'd have made a video and defended them against that Negro, Creflo Dollar. And that's what you see on my social media footprint. It don't lie. It is what it is. So when people make videos trying to fuss and argue with me, I don't pay no attention to that. I don't care that you disagree. Not only that, but the social media footprint of the people who make videos trying to fuss and argue with me has shown that these are ex-fans. And not only do I have the social media footprint show that, but I have the receipts. I have the emails. I have the contributions that was made to the rabbit hole. I have the numerous emails that were sent trying to engage me by ex-fans. I don't argue with Negroes and I don't argue with ex-fans. It's just something I don't do. I don't care that you disagree. That means nothing to me. I'm not losing no sleep over anybody saying, I don't agree with what you're saying. That's good. Then let's get into this video. I have to get that off my chest before I get into this, which, listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm a veteran. What I mean by a veteran, I'm not talking about the military. I'm a veteran on this social media. And many of you who follow my videos, y'all know I started off writing blogs. When I got tired of writing my blogs, I started making videos. And I made videos about essentially the same thing I blogged about. And so I've been doing this for some time. Nothing surprises me. Nothing you Negroes do, nothing you Negroes say will shock me. I've lowered the bar of expectation for you savages so low that, I mean, it might not be any bar. So anything y'all do don't come as no surprise until I seen this video footage that this brother, I think it was a brother, sent me earlier in the week. I have never seen anything like this. And I remember when the brother sent it to me, I'm sitting there on my phone and I'm looking at it, I'm scrolling through it. And so I said, let me see if it's just me. Let me see if it's just me. So I go to the cigar shop. Because I wanna bounce some stuff off of men. And I told y'all I run with men. I'm used to men who can disagree without being violently disagreeable. I'm used to men who can conflict resolve. We can argue, it can get hot, it can get heated, but we're not falling out because we know that there's other stuff we can't agree on. We're just not going to agree on this. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I take the phone this time because I want to show these brothers. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at I looked at that video clip 6 times. I didn't say anything. I wanted to, because if you've seen the footage, you know the girl is crying. She's out of sorts. She's mixed up. So finally the brothers say, man, what is you looking at? So I show it to them. And I asked them, because I didn't want to prejudice their opinion. I asked them, look at this and tell me what you think. And each one of those brothers, and it was some white men that was in that group who looked at that footage, all said the same thing. Why did she have sex with the dude if he mistreated her in Target? This is what they're asking. Now let me tell y'all the story, because if you haven't seen the footage, I'm gonna show you the footage and I'm gonna give you my commentary. And you know, straight down the center of the plate, man. I've never seen anything like this. I'm sitting there looking at this footage, dumbfounded. This woman is out of control. She is crying, boo-hooing over this white dude. And she says, I think she posted it on TikTok. And she says that he was in a fraternity. And she was with her friend, and they were at Target. And she bumped into this white dude. And he acted as if he was ashamed of her. He didn't want to make eye contact with her. He didn't want to look at her. And eventually he just ran off. He just walked away. And her friend told her, "You just disrespected yourself." I mean, shouldn't no black woman who has any kind of pride in herself put up with that? So then she goes on as she's crying and she's boo-hooing, and then she says that when they had sex. And then she actually reiterates or emphasizes the point that the sexual encounter took place after the Target event. So now wait a minute, sister. So you meet the white guy, you talking to the white guy, but when he's with his buddies and you're with your girl and you meet him at Target, he acts like he don't know you. He don't even want to make eye contact with you. And eventually she said he ran away. But then later on, you have sex with him? I would expect you to say the sexual encounter came before the Target event. That would make more sense. But no, the sexual encounter came after the Target event. And then she says that when they were having sex, he held her down. She told him to stop, and he wouldn't stop. He held her down. So that now you're saying he raped you? And she's boo-hooing and she's crying over this white dude. And I'm telling y'all, man, I'm a veteran in this shit, man. I ain't never seen no shit like this. And I sat there and I looked at that video footage 6 times. 6 times. I think it's a 2-minute clip. And each time after I played it, I looked at it again. I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, man, this is amazing. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up, man. I mean, here you have a black woman who's crying over this white dude. I mean, she's crying crocodile tears, y'all. I mean, the level of dysfunction, the level of mental illness. And then some of y'all get mad at me, and I don't care when I tell y'all that the Diagnostic Statistical Manual that classifies mental disorders needs to seriously consider labeling being a black female as a mental disorder. And people think that I'm being disrespectful or I'm being mean when I say that. No, I'm not saying that to be mean, because once you classify it as a mental disorder, you then can solicit funding to try to find a cure. We're trying to cure this sister, man. This sister is bawling in her car over this white dude who completely disrespected her. And she will say this is not abnormal. See, I told y'all, man, I've been saying this in video after video after video that I've done. Mental illness is real, man. And it runs pervasive in y'all's community, and y'all do not want to address it. Many of those sisters who call themselves swirlers or divestors are emotionally unstable, maladjusted, or just flat out mentally ill. I mean, these are just the facts, man. These are just the facts. I mean, you can put them in either one of those groups, and some of them you can put in all 3. They're either maladjusted, emotionally unstable, or just flat out mentally ill. Every last one of them. You take your pick. See, let me explain it to you this way. And this is the politically correct rant. In the whole, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna show you this clip. This clip, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, wow, wow. And then I'm gonna give you my commentary. And I'm telling you, man, listen, y'all already know what it is. Second nature like breathing. You want the video, send me an email, I'll send you the link. But let me put it this way. See, in a culture, we know you have what values, you have norms. All right? And since people say to classify something as abnormal is ambiguous. But then no, because then psychology would say no, because what you do is you take whatever the behavior is and you set alongside what that culture has all agreed upon is acceptable. Let me give you an example. I think every culture, every community would agree, since school is about to start, children walking to and from school, waiting on the bus or getting off the bus at the bus stop should be safe. When they get off the bus stop, they should be safe to walk home. When they're walking to the bus stop, and all of that, they should be safe. Every community, every culture would agree upon that. So whenever you have behavior that goes against the safety of those children, then you can classify that as abnormal. Why? Because we all agree that they should be safe. There should be no problem with them walking to and from school, standing, waiting on the bus, or getting off the bus. They should feel safe in doing so in their community. Now, if somebody violates that, that's abnormal behavior. So that's easy for us to get, right? So now, this sister in the video clip, and you have to catch it, you have to see it to get it. She said her friend at the time, she said, my friend at the time said that I just got disrespected. Stop right there. My friend at the time. So what does that suggest? She's no longer your friend. And why is this woman no longer your friend? Because your friend knows, and she placed your behavior alongside what a respectable black woman who has respect for herself and dignity in herself and pride in herself, she placed your behavior against that, and she has determined that you're abnormal. So she don't want to deal with you anymore. She's gone. So that's why she said, my friend at the time told me that I just was disrespected. See, if you don't have anything to measure abnormal behavior against, then it becomes normalized. I'll give you another example. You got Negroes in y'all's community who walk around with their pants hanging off their ass. I mean, now we're not talking about a dude who's wearing the pants and they may be too big and they fall down. Okay, that's okay, you can put on a belt. No, these Negroes actually have on belts, but they still position the pants so that their ass is showing. That's abnormal. That's not normal. If we don't have anything to measure that against, then what happens to that behavior? It becomes normalized. And that's the reason why in your community, you go in any community, it don't matter where you go, whether it's on the East Coast, down South, West Coast, Midwest, no matter where you go into a black community, you're going to see niggas walking around, rusty, dusty, grown-ass men, little children, teenagers. It's going to run the gamut. Your men walk around with their pants off, showing their fucking ass. That's abnormal in any other culture. But because your community is so devoid of standards and morality, it has become normalized. And that's the reason why, back to this woman, that's the reason why her behavior, her friend said, I'm out of here. Child, you're abnormal. You just let that white dude disrespect you. And she probably left and stopped dealing with her once she found out you actually went and had sex with him. He disrespected you in Target Act like he didn't even know you, didn't even want to make eye contact with you, walked away from you, left you standing there, and then later on he's still able to get between your legs. How do you make heads or tails of this? You know how you make heads or tails of it, ladies and gentlemen? It's because that sister doesn't have anything to measure her abnormal behavior against. So it has become normalized. She thinks that's normal. That's the reason why in the clip she said she's seeking therapy. She has a therapist now. She has a therapist. Why do you have a therapist now? Because you finally realize I'm fucked up, which is what I've been trying to tell y'all in video after video after video after video after video. I told y'all, man, this is why you don't see me arguing, man. I'm not going to argue with you Negroes, man. I don't care that y'all disagree. Listen, you can make all the videos you want to make. You make all the videos you want to make. That means nothing to me. That means nothing to me, man. I've been at this too long. I have thick skin. I have thick skin. You can't talk about my age as if you know my age. You don't. I've never disclosed it, but you can guess it, I guess. Think what you want to think. But that don't bother me. I have no control over when I was born. Shit. It is what it is. There's nothing that can be said about me that's going to bother me. Nothing. Because I have thick skin. Not only do I have thick skin, I am smart enough not to put my self-esteem in y'all's hands because I don't trust you niggas. I've told y'all, half of y'all I don't like, the other half I don't trust. So you don't get my self-esteem. So since my sense of self-worth is not derived from what you think of me, I don't give a fuck what you say in a video. I don't care how many videos you make. I know that something is going to come down the pipe, man. It's just a matter of time. Something is going to come down the pipe that I can take it and highlight it and tell you, that's what I'm talking about. And this video footage with this black chick, man, listen, man. And I've been at this for some time. And I've been consistent. I don't change. I don't flip-flop. People make videos and they say it and they think it's an insult. It's not an insult. He been saying the same thing for 10 years. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. It's called consistency. I don't flip-flop. I don't deviate. I'm consistent. What I said 10 years ago, I'm saying today. And I've been telling y'all, man. And this is what I was going to deal with when Okwesi put up his video on that dysfunction with them sisters in y'all's Negro sector of YouTube. And this is what I was telling him that I was going to deal with in my part 2 of his video. You got all these dating coaches in y'all's community, all these life coaches, dating coaches. What does that say about your culture? What does that say about your culture? If you have a culture where you have this many life coaches, dating coaches, relationship experts, relationship coaches, then that tells me somebody failed. Somebody failed. And I ask the women this, listen, man, if it takes a crystalline kerosene to give y'all a pink pill to tell y'all that when you have on a skirt or you have on a dress, you have to sit with your legs crossed and you can't sit with your leg gaped open. If it takes her to write that, I'm not saying she wrote that in the pink pill. I don't know what's in that pink pill. I haven't read it. I would like to read it. But I know it's an etiquette course. And if it takes a crystalline kerosene to teach a 40-year-old woman etiquette, how to behave, how to function, how to navigate a room full of white folks, it take her to tell y'all that, then your mama failed you. Shit. Hey, look, man, it is what it is, man. Y'all, listen, y'all have to accept this, man. If y'all have this many coaches, life coaches in y'all's community, then that means somebody failed. And And that sister in that video clip, man, is bawling and crying. And I almost slipped up. I'm not going to address that here. I would have to address that in whole, because she mentioned about the size of her derriere. And she doesn't show us the size of her derriere, but she mentioned the size of her butt. And matter of fact, let me just leave that alone. Let me not even tiptoe through the tulips with that. That's over the hole, man. Listen, we're gonna cover that in the hole. You know what it is, second nature like breathing. I'm gonna show you the video clip. I snatched it because I didn't want them to take it down. I didn't want it to disappear. So I screenshot it and I snapped the footage. I have the footage. I don't know how I'm gonna upload it. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in a different video or in the same video and give you my commentary afterwards, but I got the footage. Like I said, it's only 2 minutes. But when you see that footage, if you haven't already seen it, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, if this is where black women are, if this is where y'all at, man, this is an embarrassment, man. This is an embarrassment. And that woman sat there in that car with crying over this white dude who wouldn't look at her, wouldn't make eye contact with her. She meets him in Target, and he wouldn't even make eye contact with her. And I guess he was with his buddies. He got ashamed. She probably ran up to him like, how you doing and all that. And his buddies looking like, man, you dealing with her? And he was embarrassed. See, I told y'all, look, baby, you have to stay in your lane, honey. And see, this is probably what he told her. Look, boo, you can't be doing that. See, you're not my girl. You're not my girlfriend. You're not my wife. You're not my fiance. You are a booty call. See, you are a late night romp. See, you're a side piece. You're a side chick. See, the side chick can't call him on Thanksgiving asking where you at. She already know I ain't gonna see you on Thanksgiving. Why? He gonna be with his main chick. She knows that on Thanksgiving she might be able to get some time late at night after everybody ate and burped and took a dump, and they sitting back watching TV. He might be able to sneak out and creep over there and see her, but you're not gonna get no quality time on no holiday. That's reserved for who? The main chick. You're a side piece. You are a booty call. You are a late night romp. You are number 2. You're a backup. You're a reserve. You're the guy that when we get in a fix, there's action in the bullpen. That's what you are. So you can't come running up to me in Target as if you're number 1. That's the reason why he ignored her. That's the reason why he didn't want to make eye contact with her. And eventually he just walked away from her. But even after he did all of that, she still opened her legs to him and was having sex with him. And for some odd reason, she wanted him to stop, but he wouldn't. So he pinned her down and completed the process. So based upon what she's saying in the video, he raped her. And I would definitely have to end it right there, because I definitely don't want to go there here. I would have to go there in the hole. Y'all know what it is, second nature like breathing. We'll address it. We'll deal with that. I'll address that part of it in the hole. Send me an email. I'll get you the link. Because at the end of the day,